Hello and welcome to this Warno 1v1 game played on Surrounded Duel by the new rank 1 player, Griffin65, on 8th US, and he's going up against MikhailFilitov playing a 79Y, so we'll go through the deck reviews, then we'll go through the map, the matchup, the deployments in the game, and as always timestamps in the description. Right, so this is the deck review for Mikhail, and he's playing as 79Y. Yeah, we'll go through it tab by tab. It's probably worth noting, so the Grad with only 2 cards of supply, you will run out. I used to run the Grad. Honestly, on Surrounded Duel, it makes sense, but you don't know what map you're gonna get, so I would rather get 2 Acacias and some mortars for smoke. Like, not having the smoke mortars is pretty crazy. The other thing is you don't need 6 cubs, right? Especially if you're running Tunguskas as well, so in that case, now you can get 2 Acacias at 1 vet and the smoke mortars, right? Apart from that, I don't really have a problem with it. So, nice cheap supply, lots of BMP1 PGs, these things are really, really good. Saperi RPO is good, BTR-60s are nice. 30mm is... So basically, in terms of these fire support teams, if you can bring the grenade launcher, bring the grenade launcher. Otherwise, bring the MMG. Otherwise, bring the HMG. But the only one where you have to bring the HMG is Canada. So, and then putting the CV in here, I'm quite surprised by, because you could get 3 for 70 points instead of. Well, I mean, this is if you want an infantry CV, okay, comes in 100km/h transport. I suppose it's not so bad. But you could get 3 for 70 points, but, you know, it doesn't come in 100km/h transport, right? 3 for 95 is less good, so it's just this is a 3-pointer, so you could even get, you know, another card of these, and then you could circle back to this and get 4 1-vet cubs. You don't need 6 cubs, right? So if you're going to run the 2 cards of cubs, just up-vet both cards. You don't need 6 cubs. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, you could the idea behind this is you buy these 2 at the start, right? And then they because it's 60 points. But aren't you going to buy these 2 at the start? Right. So it is what it is. Either way can work. I honestly don't recommend 2-vetting these. If you need more tanks, obviously you know where to find them, right? It's just the rate of fire doesn't go up because it's auto-loaded. Having the extra cohesion resistance is nice. And then, you know, what about swapping 1 card of T80BVs out for 1 card of T80Bs? Do you always want to pay that extra 15 points? Anyway, yeah, the TO55s for the early game are nice. You can run them at 2 vet or at 1 vet. In terms of the difference between these two, in this case you're paying 15 more points to survive 2 TOW2s to the front because of the ERA. And survive a Conker's side hit, whereas this would die to a Conker's side hit. So in that case, I think like surely this is better for what you want it for, which is a very survivable CV for only 15 points more. So I personally would be swapping that out. And then yeah, the Conker's thing to send around the sides. So this gives you tanks exceptional optics. You can swap it out for this, which gives them very good optics, and you can send it around the side. But the point is you can send this around the side. And you can send this around the side. Doesn't mean that this is bad. It just means that the role is already fulfilled in this case. And you need that exceptional optics for your tanks. Spetsnaz Gru. Yes, and then these guys. BMP1 instead of 2. Interesting decision. It can make sense. I mean, this thing is really kind of crazy. It's just it costs twice as much. More than twice as much, so... And yeah, this is the better recon helo. Spoke about this. Can be worth swapping one of these out for the Rocket 3, perhaps. This can come in an MI8 rocket, but then you don't have the Razvedka BMPs, so that would be a 3-point slot, so yeah, you can bring this if you want. It's just basically the first heli you send out is going to die, so you might want to consider swapping this one out for these, and then, you know, this dies and then you buy the next one or what have you. 3 cards of fighters is interesting. I have seen people 2-vet the 3 availability ones. Don't really think it's worth it. Like, this is literally just for killing helicopters. Well, you can do that with this. And it is also seed. So why not consider bringing that? Also, you can just do it with this. Do you know what I mean? I feel like this is a bit of a waste. A bit superfluous, because you've got the cubs. And you had 6 cubs before we started this conversation, so... And think about the funny opener, right? 1 recon helo, 1 cheap fighter, 1 Su-25, either rocket or AT. The rocket's 3 per card, so I prefer that one. But this will, you know, kill more things if they're thick-skinned transports, right? If they're thin-skinned, this will get it, so... So yeah, I mean, I would prefer to swap that out for one of these. Try this one. The alternative is you swap it out for the seed, and then you fly the seed out ahead of these things, and you can also sort of use it to kill helicopters. It's not very good at killing AA. So missile's quite low range and low accuracy, but it's good at killing helicopters, which is what you had the other one for. Anyway, this opponent is playing 8th US. Honestly, on this map, I'd prefer 8th US. It doesn't get the grenade launchers, but it does get... That's a really weird build from Griffin. He's currently rank 1, by the way. So I'm surprised he wants 6 Eyehawks, given that he knows how to micro his stuff. I don't really think that makes much sense. And yeah, like, he doesn't have any MMG teams, so he should bring those. There's this thing in FOB about not bringing MMG teams because I bring them, which I just think is ridiculous. There it is. There's CVs 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So why don't you swap this out for the cheap one so you can open with 2 of them for the price of this, and then your opener isn't so weak. 3 cards of supply makes sense when you're running heavy arty and you want a long game as this division. I wouldn't be too vetting your infantry. He's bringing the engineers and the flash, which is interesting. I wouldn't be too vetting your infantry. I don't think you have enough. Because like, you're running 3 cards of supply, heavy arty and Eyehawks. You want a long game, but you don't have the infantry for the long game because you've traded out your availability. 2 cards of engineers, I don't know about, but like, keep in mind this wasn't here before, so at least that's there now. So that gives you a lot more infantry in terms of CV options. 6 guys, 75 points, recoilless rifle, smoke, DMR. I mean, it can be useful. It's just these guys are 25 points less, and they've still got AT and smoke, and they're still going to die to the same howitzer round. The thing is, this doesn't actually go any... This one does go faster, because it's Special Forces plus 20% speed. So it'll go at about... What was that? Extra 4.8 there. So it'll go at almost 30 kilometers an hour. Tanks, don't 2-vet that. That's not a good idea. LRS, yeah, okay. Not having this is a shame. Opening with this, I think, is a bit ballsy, really. You're relying upon your opponent being an idiot. Maybe he is, we'll see. It's just it's got 4 HP and Hellfires, so you spawn with that and you send it forwards and you hope it kills something. Only 2 cards of fighters on 8th is a really bad idea. You don't want to do that. This thing has its role as, like, you fly it around, you spot the enemy AA, you kill it. Okay. But I don't think it's a good idea to only have 1 card of fighters on this div. In which case it's like, okay, so swap out the cluster for the fighter. Well, no, because then... no, because then you've got an EW played to protect 1 fighter. Basically, just don't play 8th as an air spam div. It just doesn't work. So that's a 3-pointer, which, you know, the tank tab's full, so that's fair enough, really. Could get some more infantry, but it's up to him. But yeah, I think the way he's built it's obviously very strange, but I'd prefer to be 8th in this situation because the CEVs are very nice in the town. They complement the lack of grenade launchers. M1A1s are better at close range. And that's what Surrounded is. He's got better artillery. He's got better AA, because the Eyehawk does beat the Cub. It's just you've got to keep moving it. It's got more accuracy, basically, and a bit more range, I think. And 3 cards of supply, but the way he's built it's very strange, so let's watch the game. Right, so with that out of the way, yeah, in terms of the divs, I prefer 8th on this map, because at close ranges the M1A1s will win against the T8BVs, and the CEVs are very nice, and he's got the heavy RT, and it tends to just be a grind for Dimitri, so the 203mm really swing it. I don't agree with the way he's built his deck at all. He's bringing these at 2-vet, which I don't think is a good idea. He's opening with this, which it basically relies upon his enemy being an idiot. It's kind of like a BM play. I mean, I'm not going to hate you for doing it, but basically if you open with a 4 HP Hellfire launching 120-point helicopter, you're basically relying upon your enemy being stupid and not opening something to stop that. Right? So it's kind of a yeah, it can work against bad players, but we'll see. I mean, I'm noticing a jet over there, so but 79Y has some good tools of it at zone. It's got the TO55s for the early game, and it's got he's brought a grad, which is on most maps isn't really a good idea, but on this map is a great idea. But he's only got 2 cards of supply for it, and the 203s beat the grad basically. They do slightly different things. So TO55s for the early game, and crucially, he gets a bunch of grenade launchers, which are really nice on this map. So they've both got options. I prefer the 8th, and obviously he's the rank 1 player, so, you know. Looking at the deployments, we got LRS going to this position, ground supports radar, right. His airborne forward deployment's better than his opponent's as well, because the LRS go at 100, whereas the Spetsnaz Gru go at 90. Because 6 guys can only fit in a slightly larger truck thing, right? Whereas here 6 guys can fit in a Humvee. Yeah, I'm not sure how that works really, but maybe they shoved them in the boot. I don't. Anyway, so LRS and then scouts for here, and you'll notice he's sending the transport over to here, so that can scout. People have this thing about wider maps, too wide. It's very easy to cover your flanks with a unit like this, or even just one BMP-1 with infantry inside. Basically every div in the game gets something analogous to this, or, an IFE infantry with the IFE. For 50 points, 55 points, he's basically covering this entire zone. And you'll see, obviously this will not stop a tank from running up to it and killing it, but you will know now, oh, there's a tank there, and then you can prepare for that, right? And it slows them down a bit, right? And it gives you vision. So wide maps, not really a problem. You just have to adapt the way you think. You have to think. I know it's difficult. So scouts for here, I'm surprised by that, given that he's got the LRS here. And this is recon deployed and this is airborne deployed. So he's basically putting them in the same place. I don't know. Wouldn't you prefer it there? Whatever. Yeah, the funny helicopter. My opponent is an idiot helicopter. Oh no. So, I've not seen it. I assume this is just going to fly into that and kill it. Stinger, mech rifles, dragon. He brings a lot of his infantry at 2-vet, which I don't really agree with. And you'll notice on the pathing, right, he's like, this is where the fight's going to be, so he's actually going past the fight, so hopefully he doesn't just get shot in the side, but we'll see. That's in a better spot. Toe 2, which one-shots the TO55s, so it's smart of him to buy that. And look at that for a building, you can see everything. Great building, that. CEV and 2-vet M60, and then another 2-vet M60, and an iHawk. The iHawk is an interesting place to put it, because, like, people from the town can see that, so I'm not sure that's such a great idea. Don't know if this can, I guess not, but it's a bit spotty there. I'd have it back here. Obviously, the closer it is, the higher the chance you have of killing the enemy plane, but for the sake of, I suppose that says 1,000 meters. Yeah, I don't know, I'd have it hidden back here, personally, or back here, but we'll see. I mean, if it doesn't die, then great, right? Another scouts and another scout, so he's not actually put anything here apart from the helicopter. Switching to his opponent, we got MikhailFilitov. Overall, 79Y is the stronger div, but on this map I actually prefer 8th US. The grenade launchers are super nice, but the better forward deployment, the iHawks plus 203s, the M1A1s in closer combat, the CEVs, I think more than make up for the grenade launchers basically. So BRM1K here to cover the sides. So yeah, basically he could have done the same thing Griffin's doing, where you buy one of these and you unload the infantry there and put the vehicle over here or something. Might be a bit more cost effective, because this is 70 points and this is 90 for the whole thing. So 70 plus 50 is 130, 120. Quick maths. And he'd save some money there. And that's an extra, you might be like, well, that's nothing. That's an extra supply for mid, right? And you're going to need supply basically immediately, so that's useful. So yeah, Spetsnaz Gru's going to the church. Basically, the way this map works is that blue has a better time attacking Anna, so a lot of people prefer the blue side because they're like, oh, it's easier to attack Anna than Gregory, and indeed it is. Red's advantage is he gets a better time in mid because of this church, right? And he has a similar building that looks all the way down the road, so... But yeah, this church is super useful. And that's the way the map is, basically. In my opinion, right? So then he's unloading the infantry, and then he's sending the transport over to here. And then we got an Igla, the Conkers for over there. 2 MTLB opener. Oh yeah! He's not opened any CVs. So this is a huge mistake, right? Because he's gonna... You could basically... He's not actually going for Anna, right? So it's gonna be a grind for mid. And your opponent's going to cap a +2, a +1, a +1, and maybe another +1, but at the very least he's going to have a +3 on you. And it comes down to the way he's built his deck. He put in the 80-point MUT CV instead of the 40-point one, which you can just buy at the start, which, as you see here, 2 of these for the price of 1 MUT. But like, what has he got instead of that? 1 extra mech dragon. It's the 3 tank opener basically. I would trade out one of the tanks for those 2 CVs, which would be 80, and then you'd still have 50 left over. But no, it's this thing's draining a lot of his points as well, right? It's 120 there. I don't know. He might have opened with a fighter to protect this, because there's not a lot here. I'm gonna assume he's open with a fighter. In which case, this is slightly better protected now, and it's less of an int. It's less of a let's just hope my opponent is retarded. So, grenade launcher, super useful on this map. Grenade launcher IFVs, he's not actually unloading that, so that's, something. TO-55 gets one shot by the TOW too, but it can survive a Milan too, so it's a bit unfortunate for blue here. BMP2, Igla, honestly, I'd just stick with the BMP ones at the start, but maybe he couldn't afford another one, but he could have got an extra BMP one, and then a grenade launcher, so... Spetsnaz Gru, I'm surprised by how... Well, I suppose he's expecting an LRS straight down here. Conkers for the side. Because, yeah, I think you can get to here, but... Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can, because it's supposed to be your zone, so... Even because what's coming down here, Bradley. This obviously is a problem, but the Bradley wouldn't get there in time to stop you from getting to about here or even here, even though the LRS is faster. Obviously, it's not actually going there. BMP one behind that. Yeah, let's cast the game. Right, so they're off, and it's time for me to thank the generous channel joiners, generously joiner in the channel. He did open F16, so at this point it's like, yeah, it's a lot of points in your opener for that. And, wow, the 2-vet really coming in handy there. It's only got 2 long-range missiles. Wow, the 2-vet, incredible. No, honestly, if this was at 1 vet, that would have evacked. so that actually does matter. And at the very least, it makes this land. And you'll notice he's like, okay, I can't beat him at close range. Although he's used up all his long-range missiles now, and I'm at 2 vet, so maybe I will win. Okay, whatever. He was trying to bait him over the Cubs, basically. Oh, he turned away. Well, I mean, okay, so now unload this, and shoot him. Unload this. Or everybody could just miss today. That guy just missed 5 out of 6 missiles. There you go, yeah, he unloaded it. And that was a manual leave. Okay, so he bought a second fighter to try this 2-vet, man. Whoa! Don't 2-vet your fighters, guys. The 3 availability ones, 2-vet those. Okay, I won't have a go at you for that. And that is what that is. But no, he shouldn't have bought that. That was really dumb. Because now he's just spent his first minute's income on a fighter and a supply. So he already had a weak opener because he opened with an expensive fighter and a Kiowa, right? And this only costs 145, but now he's just bought another fighter. And even if he had killed that, it wouldn't have been worth it. So, TO-55 gets one-shot by the TOW-2. And there it... Was that like a miss or something, or did it genuinely go for the infantry? Either way, he could have unloaded that, saved himself the trouble. The next thing he could do is press T over and over on this and hope it dies, you know, with the fighter. Yeah, so CEV. Boom. It's a pretty nice piece of kit. I used to be against it, but a lot of it, honestly, is to do with the maps. The maps just used to be big open field. And see, this doesn't work on a big open field because you don't have smoke and you're kind of slow. But a map like this is actually amazing. It's a really nice piece of kit. So, another advantage of 8th is you're going to smoke. Another advantage of 8th is they get the Dragon 2s, which are super useful on this map. It's the... Wow, the 2-vet! Incredible. Incredible. Don't 2-vet your fighters, guys. If you want to 2-vet the 3 availability one, go for it, but... I mean, he's just getting a little bit lucky here, in my opinion, because it's only 10% plus basically another 10%. So it's only 20% ECM. He should have been hit before then, basically. Anyway, this should move, right? Obviously, because what if it gets arted? Honestly, this should probably move. Oh, there's the RT. So you gotta be paying attention, right? But, you know, this is a rank 1 player, right? And so there is room to... If you're like, oh, it's unwinnable, he's the rank 1 player, well, the last time I played against him, I beat him, so you can too. All you need is 3,000 hours Warno. But no, he's getting, to be honest, in the deck review, I was kind of hating on these. But he's had a lot of value out of them, frankly. I think a little bit has been luck, frankly, but not all of it. A lot of it is the fact that it's, you know, it's got that extra ECM from the veterancy. So. Oh, yeah, oh, there you go. But he should now RT this, right? Because... Okay, scout more important. Oh, that's interesting. I'm surprised that one-shot that. So, yeah. The TOW-2's dead. But Blue doesn't really have any... Like, he's just buying these really expensive big-ticket items. And you'll notice he just doesn't have that many actual units here. Now, admittedly, the TO-55 does lose to the M60, because it costs more, right? And that is a great kill. I'm not sure how he even saw that. Maybe he just pressed T on it, just attack positioned it. But he's not got, like... He's not got a screening force. He's just kind of relying on the tanks, which admittedly is working. And it goes back to, like, you know, why do you prefer 8th on this map? Well, okay. That wasn't ideal. And it's because the CEVs are really nice on this map. Because it's got, you know, buildings, and the CEVs ignore the building. Just to... If you're not familiar with what this is, it's a British demolition gun on an American chassis. It's way better than the British one because it's faster, it's got a 50 cal, and it can survive a TOW-2, whereas the British one can't. Can't even survive a Milan 2. Used to be able to, but they nerfed it. The American one is 5 points more expensive for just way better everything, basically. But anyway, the gun is the funny part. It ignores building cover and forest cover, which usually gives you... Incidentally, so do these rockets, but it doesn't tell you. So do the grenade launchers, but that doesn't tell you either. So he's bought the next toe too. Okay, it's racking up the kills, but he needs to move it after it shoots because he's gonna get shot. But yeah, Mikhail is struggling here. Like he's basically lost all his units. Now he's going for the T80BV to kill the M60s. God misses the hog. It should hit it on the next one really, but he flew away. He should have gone backwards really, got in that building, but it is what it is. Igla might force this back. It doesn't one-shot it. He's missed twice now, but he got lucky with those fighters before, so it's all good, right? This is interesting. I mean, there should be, and there was, an LRS there. I'm not sure what happened to it. He must have sent it forwards and lost it to something at some point. So the T80BV will absolutely crucify the M60s. The issue, of course, is that it costs twice as much. Oh, it missed. I think it lost LOS, to be honest. So these are landed. Oh, this one is. I mean, where's that Arty? He's going for the toe 2 again. I mean, honestly, this, as soon as it kills something, you have to move it. Because it's a 95 points. It's always worth artying it, basically. Same with the Eyehawk. I'm surprised. I don't know what's going on. Usually, I mean, when he plays against me, he moves his Eyehawks, basically, but... But yeah, it looks like Mikhail's managed to hold. But yeah, Griffin, he's got his front line back now, right? And he's on the +1, he's got mid, whereas his opponent obviously has the 300 points from the start. His opponent needs a smoke mortar, and then he can smoke this and just run the CB. Although, well, to be honest, the infantry, he needs to kill the infantry that's here first. Otherwise it'll just run into the smoke and kill him, so... But yeah, the T80 is really good against M60s. The M1A1 usually beats... So at longer ranges... So it depends if you do the tricking or not, where you shoot the ATGM and then switch to the gun, which he's kind of doing now, I suppose. I don't know if that's on purpose or just because he was out of the gun range at the start. So the idea is, you'll notice the ATGM just immediately puts this on low cohesion. There was another one, right? But the ATGMs do mega suppression compared to the tank guns. And even when they miss, they do a lot of suppression, so you basically cohesion nuke the enemy tanks. So if you're paying attention, the T80BV will win. But if you're not paying attention, the M1A1 will win. And at close ranges, the M1A1 will win anyway. It's basically just the gun is better, because it's got one more pen, which doesn't really matter that much, but it does. It's also got a bit more armor, although this is the one with the ERA, right? So, yeah. So the Kokon makes that sound now. It never used to do that. In the last patch, it just had its sound updated. It sounds very cool now. So great, yeah. So he's going for the thing. I mean, it's got... This is kind of hard to kill with one Eyehawk. Oh, well, the fighter should really kill this now, and it does. But there's a Cub, an Igla, a Tunguska, and two more Iglas and another Cub here. So, and another Igla. And he's upvetted his Cubs, so... Basically, all of that happening made perfect sense. You'd expect the SU to get the bombs off. You'd expect it to die to the close-range fighter. And you'd expect that fighter to die to the what unlimited anti-air that seems to be here. So M110 purchased, and he did fire it off spawn. So as soon as you buy it, you want to shoot it. I wouldn't buy two at once, though. I don't think that's a good idea, because he doesn't have much of a front line here. He needs more infantry, right? He needs to replace the infantry that was here. BTR-60 is not long for this world. This M60 is going to really mess these guys up, so... Well, he got out of the building, but yeah, I mean, this is really going to kill him. It's the HMG that does most of the damage, honestly. It's not the gun. The gun helps. It's nice to have. It's just, it's not the thing doing most of it. I don't know what to do here. I'd probably swing over that MI. Oh, he's buying a separate one for it, but yeah, you could swing this. Well, it's out Kokon, so it wouldn't help. It was a nice idea. I mean, it's just... I think as soon as he started getting shot, he should have gone back. But So you notice he's put them both on return fire, is so they can both shoot at exactly the same time as they're now doing. And this is probably dead now, because the 203s do beat the Grad, frankly. I mean, that's okay. But yeah, I mean, this is 260, and he bought two of them, right? But he immediately killed a 275-point tank. The infinite AA seems to be working. I would obviously be moving these now, given that your opponent has proven himself to. That's a shame. This is probably dead. Yeah. Okay, yeah. So, the gun on this has nice stats, but it's not actually a turret. It's just like bolted to the side of it. And so, you get these situations where they can't shoot the gun, whereas the Yak B, which for whatever reason sucks. It used to be good, but they nerfed it at some point. It doesn't have that problem. Honestly, oh yeah, he doesn't have mortars in his deck. He doesn't actually have smoke mortars in his deck, which is crazy to me. It doesn't make any sense, but you see the issue with buying two RT pieces and an M1A1 all back to back. He just doesn't have any units here. So don't buy all your RT at once unless you're very, very sure that you can. Because, like, a couple minutes later, and it literally is like 3 minutes later or whatever, you're just like, oh, the enemy's pushed me out. And it's very hard to make that connection. Oh, he's pushed me out because I just spent 3 minutes income on 3 units. 2 of which have absolutely no frontline potential. And the third one needs units in front of it to have frontline potential. It needs infantry in front of it, so... So Pivad's purchase, they've got less range than the Kokon. The advantage is if you get in Pivad shooty, you will kill this. It won't have time to react. Unless you get, you know, very, very quick reactions. If the Pivads gets its shots off, you're going to get him. Now, these scouts don't have AT, so this Pivad's is probably... Well, I don't know, is it going to get shot? Okay, the M1A1's here to clear it out. And the Pivad's is revealed on the BMP1 now. And yeah, you see the RT is just super, super useful. And that's why I prefer 8th on this map. Grenade launchers are great, but they're not... okay, so I was wondering, like, where's Red's units? But he bought a Grad, and these guys are all coming down here, so... So yeah, the Grad, I mean, obviously you want it firing, right? Because it takes 3 minutes to reload. More, well, just under, right? He's going for the RT, which is moving, so that's a shame. So yeah, that's the advantage of self-propelled RT. You can move it after it shoots. Same with the Cub versus the Eyehawk. The Eyehawk does have more range. But the Cub is 4 per card for some dumb reason, and it can move. So yeah, this is probably going to be fine. This might die. I don't know. He's not really... Like, what's he doing? Okay, so he lost the CV. So it wasn't a completely wasted volley. He killed an 80-point unit. That's not so bad. He's put the CV next to it. He's getting the supply for it. The TO-55s at close range are nice. The issue, of course, is the M1A1's going to kill him. Sort of that close range fire support thing going on. Yeah, I mean, it was a nice idea, but if he just put it in... If all this was in mid, he'd have more success with it, so... And the M1A1s are just so good in this situation. Because they just one-shot everything at close range, and they don't get one-shot, so... Obviously they cost a lot. What's that going for? The CV again. Spetsnaz grew back in this church. Yeah, the fact that he's only got one Eyehawk 20 minutes into the game is really bad. Especially given that he knows this keeps happening. So... I mean, he might just start running out of CVs. He's got plenty left, to be honest. He's lost both his infantry ones, but he's got 2 of these left, and 2 infantry ones, one of which just... No, the infantry... He's got 3 mutts, 1 mutt died, so he's got 2 mutts left and 2 of these, so he's got 4 CVs left. And he's built up the Griffin's built up the lead as he's got back the lead that he lost at the start. But yeah, no smoke mortars is like on this map especially. I can't play without them honestly because you're just like, oh, I hope nobody sees me. Do you know what I mean? You don't have anywhere to hide. I mean, you do, but it's LOS alley, and you don't know which buildings have people in them. So because like this is invisible to that, this can't see it. Otherwise, it'd be shooting it, right? CEV coming in there. M1A1's been damaged. I don't know how, but like if he had a smoke mortar here, these wouldn't be getting shot by the Abrams, so then he could smoke and he could run up. So honestly, playing without smoke mortar is very, very rubbish. Don't do that. But yeah, the grenade launchers kill the enemy infantry quite quickly. Sorry, I sound like I'm dying. I'm fasting for Ramadan, so I can't drink any water. So, the show goes on, but I do sound like I smoke a 20 pack a day or something. But look at the arty. Look, he's just killed 2 units with that arty, right? So it's nice to have. It's just you gotta. He basically should have bought one, used it for a bit, and then bought the next one. That's my only criticism. I'm not sure what this is doing. Getting shot, I guess. It's dead because the pivots is gonna, yeah. Oh, I see. Sent it. Okay. It was a nice idea, but he timed it terribly. So he's going to lose that as well. He got the eye hawk, but like... I don't know, man. So what the EW plane does is it shows you where they all are. So it's seed without the bullet, basically. And it's very high ECM, like it's higher ECM than seed. So the idea now is he's going to hit all the AA. So Mikhail needs to recognize that and move the AA. Like, he killed it because obviously there's so much crap here and he just flew over all of it. But he needs to move his AA now because, I mean, the purpose of that was to spot the AA. And, okay, he's noticed. Oh, yeah, shit. But will he make it in time? I mean, I think so. I think he will. Oh no, this one's probably going to die anyway. No, it does not. Does not. And yeah, the Mi-24P, it got into Pivad's range. Pivad's just immediately killed it. So the M1A1's got smacked about by the Grad. The closer it gets, the more powerful it is, but it's got a minimum range, so you got to be careful. Like, it's really not bad on this map at all. It's just you're usually not on this map, so honestly, Grads are pretty useful. It's an opportunity cost thing. 2 Acacias at 1 vet can snipe a heavy tank. They're not as good as 2 M110s, right? The 203s, but they can still do it. And so, okay, I thought he was like smoking it then or something, but. So the fighter's going to fly over this time. And I don't see this getting out. It's too slow. It's trapped in forests. So it's going to go even slower. Yeah, he's just hemorrhaging CVs. I believe he did bring smoke mortars as well, so I'm not sure why he hasn't bought one. He has, however, now rage bought 2 IHOT. But that's playing into what his opponent wants, right? Admittedly, most of his big ticket items are still alive. But the point is that he's not got any screening forces. And because he didn't bring the MMGs, he can't just shit out 4 MMGs to keep his, to keep his front line. So he just doesn't have anything here. Buying, very expensive special forces infantry because you don't have the fire teams it's nonsensical, really. I mean, well, the proof is in the pudding. He doesn't have any units. You can see for yourself. Yeah, you want to go on the pivots there. It might still kill it, actually. So he needs to move this forwards, but. Oh, okay. So yeah, he's not got any units. Really needs those MMG teams, man. But instead he bought 6 Eyehawks, which, admittedly, he is losing his Eyehawks, but... I mean... I don't watch these ahead of time, Unload, please. Yes. Notice. Ah, but yes, the church gives you a lot of great vision, and so it's not particularly surprising that it's been destroyed now. It's obviously a war crime, but you know, uh, Americans are good at those. So you'll probably get the supply. The M1A1 probably not. I mean, it would lose a lot of HP, but yeah. And yeah, he keeps buying expensive stuff. Like, he doesn't have just the cheap crap that he can use to just be like, I've got my front line back. Like, he definitely needs another Stinger. But, you know, credit to him, Mikhail's doing really well. I think his purchases are, I mean, that'll cast a curse, as they say, but his purchases are generally, like, he has a combined arms force. You know, no smoke mortars, obviously. He has a more combined arms force. A lot of it is like he's lost less stuff, right? And, you know, he only started buying his heavy tanks once he had a front line. Admittedly, you know, his div, like, this is just such a nice combination for 80 points. So this is probably immediately going to die. Yes, and that died for it, and it doesn't matter. Because he only has 2 of those, and they're both dead now. Ihawks need to move. I mean, he's got the transports with him, so he could load them up, but he's not doing that. Yeah, +1 for red. But yeah, blue. I mean, he's still got. Actually, where are his M1A1s? Oh yeah, he's still got 2 M1A1s. He's still got his heavy arty. He's got his Ihawks. It's just he needs frontline infantry, but he keeps buying heavy tanks. I mean, he hasn't been able to use his M1A1s basically at all because he doesn't have anything in front of him. But instead of buying the things in front, he's just buying more M1A1s. So it's not ideal. Probably the most cost-effective infantry he has in his deck are the regular engineers. And like, yeah, he never had the flash or anything, which is nice in the towns. But yeah, his arty's doing a lot of work, right? He keeps killing the enemy screening forces, but Mikhail is replacing his screen, whereas, I mean, Griffith, admittedly, has bought an infantry, right? But he seems much more inclined to just keep buying M1A1s. Was that half a volley or something? I'm surprised that didn't go on for longer. This is probably dead. Huh. Oh, it must have lost vision. The LOS tool told me it wouldn't do that, but okay. So yeah, now you see Red's got the problem, right? He's got tanks that he can't use because he's not got infantry in front because the infantry got taken out. And this is kind of the issue. You have to keep replacing the screen. And it's hard to do when your enemy's basically trying to destroy it, right? But both sides have that problem. This could be resupplied a bit. And so blue's back on that +1. I mean, there's 15 minutes left, so it's still all to play for. And he's actually finally buying some fucking infantry. I mean, great. I'm not sure what. I guess he's expected these to come through here. That's another great one for the screen. Fireteam AT4, 35 points for 6 guys. You can throw that around. It's not as good as like Panzer Grenadier on 2nd Panzer, but it's you know it's the best he's got. So not sure what's going on there. Okay, just get shot. I thought he was going to shoot this, but I couldn't see it right. I think he shouldn't be wasting this because. Oh, he just got a 0.5% crit chance there. So this, he just died in 1 hit to an Ihawk because of the 0.5% crit chance. But yeah, I would just be using them on the CVs at this point. So, I mean, he buys. So what he should do is send this one in and buy this for the RT because that's that's the whole point. And you see the M1A1s at close range do beat the T80BBs, but the point is he's supposed to switch off the gun and fire the ATGM right now, and then you fire faster, but I mean, he's relying on weight of numbers when it worked. Does he not have Conkers in his deck? I can't remember. He'd really benefit from a Conkers, like like there. Well, I don't know where you put it. There, but it's this smoke is blocking the LOS, right? There's a nice building that looks all the way down this road. It's this one, yeah. So this guy needs to land because one stinger shot can kill him. MTLB died because no smoke mortar, right? Just chilling out over the Eyehawks, which are out of ammo. That's not ideal, man. I mean, what's going to happen next now, right? Cluster 2's going to come blow this up. He's not tricking the tanks, right? You gotta fire the gun, switch off the gun, and fire the missile. So this one missed, but that one didn't. The 2-vet, I mean, you see, he's keeping... So, to be honest, the 2-vet is, it can be useful. But yeah, I think Red's having some problems with CVs now. His only CVs are... Oh, actually, has he still got those infantry ones, or did they die? I can't remember. If he gets to this building, that Bradley's toast, right? He's smoked. Yeah, he's smoked. Oh, he's probably... What the heck is going on there? Okay. So there you go, Eyehawk revealed now. Akatsuya should shoot that. I think he's going on the Stinger, which is still an AA piece, right? So yeah, he's forced to... He's still got this left, but he can't get it in because the A-Rubes keep killing him. But yeah, I mean, this just goes to show, right? Rank 1 player, so much of it is execution. If you can just click fast and micro your units well, you can, you can come back from almost any situation. And like, Red strategy is a lot better, and a bit of that, honestly, is the division kind of helps you with that. Like, this is a free combined arms package here, whereas Bluey doesn't have that. But he really wants to go there. Oh my god, it's gonna die like the last one did. I suppose this gonna have to move now because I think can't see it. But he's only got one of these, by the way, because he brought it at 1-vet. And okay, so we get some Bradley. Yeah, I mean the AT on these is nice. It's nice. So he's just going through, killing everything. But yeah, no smoke mortar. I mean, he'd have lost far fewer CVs if he had a humble smoke mortar. So Ranger's Dragon would beat Motor Strelky. The issue, of course, is grenade launcher. Just depends who's weighing in on this fight. Ooh, that was a lucky miss, that. 70% check, because that would have been a side shot. I don't think it would have one-shot it, but he would not be useful. He'd have like 1 or 2 HP left, so... Target switching... Unload your infantry. There you go. That was that side shot, and you saw what it did to him. He's trying to do the ATGM thing, but he messed up. He needs to... he's at close range. Switch the gun back on, mate. Oh no! Okay. And you see the efficacy of smoke on this map. Even the building, the unit smoke, the tank smoke, provides so much cover that otherwise wouldn't be there. Interesting. I guess you can't see this. Because yeah, that obviously bombing that corner would have been better, but he'd already committed to that when this came in, and I suppose this did need to die because, you can't have a BRDM2 Conquers behind your lines. Oh, I was going to say he didn't give it an order, but that's going to be huge. He's driving into it. It drops in a line, so... that was a big kill. We did lose a T-80BV in the meantime, though. But, like, these guys all have to back. And this is the issue with having those M60s at 2-vet. Wouldn't he love an M60 to go in front of his M1A ones roundabout now? What, taking names? It's not got the ATGM. Toe 2 purchased. Ooh. The CEV is just suppresses the crap out of you. The M110s, he's kept these firing all game, credit to him. But this got secured. And he actually saved the CV. So most people are just like, I'm just going to leave this in there until it dies. And admittedly, if you've got a smoke mortar, that could be a long time. But he's like, okay, I've lost my screening forces, I got what I came here for, I'd rather the CV didn't die. Because he's got, after these two, he's got one more CV. His opponent, I think, has these two and that's it. So, you know, you gotta be, because like, as more and more of the buildings get destroyed, admittedly most of the destroyed ones are on the red side because these things are really good. Some max vet cub. Must have got some kills, although it's next to this, so it would be 2 there otherwise. And yeah, he only has 2 cards of supply, so he's probably going to start running out now. Cub's dead. There's no way that survives. The only thing is don't reverse into the bullets, right? Because then you're going to be dead as well. Oh man. I think he got quite lucky there, actually. Oh hello, counter battery gets the CV. That's huge because this is his only CV now. But yeah, he mustn't have moved it in between a volley, otherwise, you know, because he didn't have vision of that before it started shooting, so it must have been there for a while. And we finally got some screening forces now. Was that a crit? I think that was a crit. Because it died in 2 stages, and I didn't see anything else hit it. So yeah, he got a crit, makes up for the other crit from before, I suppose. He's got to be very careful with this, man. It's the only thing he's got left. Yeah, but yeah, the other guy got crit before, right? So, wow, it's all fair. Honestly, I just wish the game was a bit more deterministic, but I understand why it's not. Land? No, you don't try and move out the way. That's not gonna work. But yeah, the MiG-29, I'm surprised didn't intercept that, because that was kind of the point of it. But all these need to move now, right? Because that's the point of the Raven, to shoot the Cubs. And the Tunguska. They've all got to move. Will he remember to move this one? The other ones, the ones that are being targeted, are not moving. So no, he's still got his infantry CVs left. Man, I mean, you hate to see it. I can understand why he's bringing 6 Cubs in his deck if he just doesn't move them. Same with his opponent, to be honest. He's got 6 Eyehawks in his deck. Which, yeah, if you don't move them after they shoot, then yeah, you need 6 Eyehawks. But, you know, you'd expect the rank 1 player to be able to move his Eyehawks after they shoot. Every time. I don't think that's an unfair statement, do you? But yeah, red, I mean, blue managed to secure this. He's still in this, he's still got, you know, an M1A1. He's actually got infantry now. Crazy, right? And as long as he isn't selling these Blackhawks, he can use them to scout, and that gives the M110s, like, you'll notice how much work the M110s have done this game. And that's why I prefer 8th in this matchup. Admittedly, the grenade launch is super nice, but... so he's still got a helo as well, actually. He's been quite good with those. I think his opponent still has some left to buy, but there's just so much AA. Ooh. So he's coming up here again. Infantry in first to check. Yes, very intelligent. AA behind. It's smart. 4 minutes left, and this is the last CV. I don't actually think it's... I mean, unless Griffin takes both of these zones right now, I don't think he might be able to get a draw, but... that's probably going to go down. The rockets don't do a whole lot, but it's got like sub... well, yeah, that one does. Yeah, I think he realised I can't win in time now. Got 1 CV left. So there you go. Rank 1 player, 93% win rate, 92.6. Mikhail, rank 27. So, you know, people can have good days, right? People can have good days. People can have bad days. So if you come up against a rank 1, don't be afraid. See, you're probably going to lose, but you might win. And look at this. 3, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 kills with the arty, right? Of which, you know, some of these are huge ticket items, right? 2 Cubs, 2 Spetsnaz, 3 Spetsnaz grew, right? T80 BV, Tunguska, Plamia, right? These are all well, the Plamia maybe not so big, but you know, you get my point. Move your Eyehawks after they shoot, and don't bring your M60s at 2 vet, and don't bring 1 card of fighters on 8th US. Anyway, hope you enjoyed that. I'll see you in the next one. GG.